Well, today, in case you can't tell, we're back with the Dodge Dakota. And we're trying putting some Hurculiner in it. This thing's always had the plastic bed liner in it. But with the plans I want to do, I don't think that's a practical option anymore for this truck. But so I want to try this. Like this, people who watch me know this is a $500. I bought the truck for $500. Apparently they're worth more now, but it's my pig rig, so it kind of gets abused within reason. But there's some specific things I want to do to this in order to make my second job easier. And that's why the bed mat itself, or the plastic bed cover, won't really work. Now, the reason why this thing being a cheap truck is important is because I'm not going to go spend a decent amount of money and have someone do a real spray and bed liner in this. That's where this guy comes from. I believe this thing was just south of $100. Oh, they even got a little bit of the material right there where his license plate ought to be. But it seems like it's supposed to be pretty simple. Pretty much scuff, clean, apply, dry. So we're going to see how that works out, and we'll keep you along. One thing I will not be doing, let me hold that there, is the tailgate does have the plastic piece on it. I'm going to leave that piece actually on there because to make a weird story simple, there's going to be a winch back here in the bed, and I don't want to rip up the tailgate. I feel like that is more abuse. The Hurculiner shouldn't, I don't think anything should hold up to that kind of abuse of cables going over that at times. Hopefully it doesn't happen often, but it could. And I think that any cable going across there should definitely tear up even this plastic. So that's why the Hurculiner is probably not going to go on where the plastic is. But oh no, I'm actually very pleasantly surprised. This bed's in pretty good shape. And it almost looks like someone's painted it black before. I don't really know what someone did, because it's not like bed liner material. It's like crappy black spray paint. Maybe that's what was on here. But this is actually a fairly nice bed, except for some reason every gap here is like that and has caulking in it. It's almost like the bed got completely filled with water once and then froze and just tried shoving out the bottoms everywhere. I don't honestly know. I've never seen this before. That's the only thing I can figure out. But all in all, good solid bed. I was worried it might be rusted through or something, because the previous owner, I think, said that this bed came with that cover in it, so they'd never really seen what the bed floor looked like either. But I'm gonna go find some sandpaper and try to do some scuffing. I probably really won't time lapse this. I mean, who really wants to sit there and watch me sand for at least half an hour? So hopefully whenever we come back, I'll be all scuffed up and acetone down. Alright, so I'm not sure how much of a difference the camera's going to show, but this whole thing has actually been now sanded, and don't worry, that's not bare metal, that's still that weird black paint. It's almost like someone had a toolbox in here and they painted that black for some reason. And I don't get it. But basically, now what I gotta do is just take their paintbrush, dab around all the little corner areas, and roll it on for the first coat. You gotta do 2 coats. Now, one thing I am gonna see though is this is an 8-foot bed. For an 8-foot bed, they recommend a gallon plus a quart. Now, I would imagine my Dodge Dakota is smaller than a full-size 8-foot bed truck. Therefore, I'm hoping the gallon will cover everything, but we'll see. But yeah, one thing I can recommend after doing it myself is don't have a fan on blowing directly in you while you're cleaning stuff, because it just blows stuff right over where you just cleaned, and it takes about twice as long. So yeah, with that all being said, I guess it's good time as ever just to get at her. So let's get the first coat on and see how she looks. Alright, well, I got my first coat done. It actually looks way worse on camera, because that does not look that red in person. But a few things that I've learned that I would suggest to anybody else. If you're doing that top ridge, do it last. Sometimes you have to get in and out of the truck and you touch it. Also, on that little roller dealer, it's in two pieces when you get it. There's a tiny screw on there, so if you're in your truck for like an hour, you know, dabbing away at everything, and your back's already killing you, and then you learn that, and if you get out of the truck, and then when you get back in, you grab like right here, it's not a pleasant experience. All in all, this wasn't that bad to do. I do have to shut off my lights though soon. Probably finish this tomorrow because it's dark out and bugs are coming in, and I'm thinking they're all going to stick to this. So I'm going to make sure my lid's on there, and we'll recap in the morning. Well, there it is. That is the second coat. I still do need to take the brush and touch up some spots. One thing I did learn between today and yesterday that made this seem a lot worse is I took the brush and I touched up everything, and that prolonged this by at least a couple hours, I think, because I was trying to be perfect, touching up the first time. My advice is go with the roller first. You're going to do 2 coats anyways. Come back, touch everything up. Like I can see a little spot right there that you guys can't really see that needs touched up, that I think I touched up yesterday and then got goodish coverage today. But like there's a bunch of little areas I'm going to come back later and cut and just kind of touch up. Like right there, actually. Spot I can't get to. That'd be my new advice. I know if you ever watched Hurculiner's actual video, they tell you go through, touch up all the bottom, all around, all the corners, everything. I gotta recommend differently, just because my second coat, I haven't touched up anything. And it's kind of hard to tell where the areas are I need to touch up. Like I can see some over there, a little bit in that corner. I know there's some in the same corner over here. But all in all, I think I had best success using the roller and then worrying about touching up later. Like I said, you're going to do a second coat, so you can always do your first coat, come back through, touch it up, and then do your second coat. So I'm saying do your first coat, let it dry, touch up everything, then go ahead with your second coat. And then if you have time again, let it dry and go ahead and touch up one more time. Because I know there's some little areas, like right there's a tiny one I just barely couldn't get. I'm going to touch that up later. In my eyes, you're going to come back, you're going to touch things up after your second coat anyways. That's kind of what I'm thinking now with actually after doing this once. And if you're in a garage where you can't really stand up the entire time, you're going to save your back so much. And that's my only complaint about this, is my back is very unhappy, which you could screw something in there and stand here and do it. But I'm going to say all in all, I like this product. There will be follow-up videos to see how it has lasted in durability standpoints and everything, because I am going to use this bed as a truck. There'll be things thrown in it, drugged through it, everything. So this will be a very, very good test in the future to see how this actually holds up. Anybody wondering too, no, I am not sponsored by them. Trust me, if I was, well, I'd at least have a new pair of Crocs. So definitely not sponsored. I'll give anybody my honest opinion about it. And I know the way they tell you to do it is, I don't think the way I would do it had I known this stuff prior. Also, if you do the top of your bed right there, do it last, or you're going to grab it. I don't know if I said this last night or not, but you're going to grab it whenever you're leaning over to paint or something. Just do that last. That's the best advice I have. It'll save your hands from getting... This one's not as bad because I'm right-handed, so I was painting with my right hand. But it would save your hands just so much crud. Another thing is they tell you to sand it all, then wash it again and let it dry again. I didn't do that. I just went straight to the acetone, and I feel like that made the cleaning process take a lot longer. Definitely do it that way. I've had something on the smoker since 6:30 yesterday. It's now probably 10:30 a.m. And yes, that was 6:30 p.m. So I had that set up and going, and I didn't want to take my truck out and do it. That's the only reason I didn't. But I definitely recommend doing that. Yeah, all in all, I'm going to say for now at least, good product. Simple enough instructions, easy enough to put down. This morning though, I can say, because I finished this last night, probably about 9. And I started on this now about 10 a.m. It still seemed almost tacky. It's going to sit in here and set up for at least another day. because I don't really need my garage space that I'm aware of at the moment. And if I do, I'll just pull it out. No big deal there. Because I'm thinking probably tonight I'll touch it up, let it sit till, today's Sunday, so let it sit till Monday, probably afternoon. I mean, I'll be at work, so. And then once it sits till Monday afternoon, pull it out and see if it's still tacky. But hopefully it's not, and hopefully it just sets up like that sometimes. But I don't know. I'll find out. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and also I guess if you want to see future updates on this, I might do a 6-month and like a year-ish update. We'll see. We'll just see how things go with it. If it's going, I'm gonna say right now, no news is good news. So if you don't see anything, and I'll still probably do like a year update if I think about it. I might forget. Unless someone really wants to know, then ask, and I'll do it. But I'll probably try to do a yearly update, or at least a 1-year update, unless something horrendous happens before that. If it does, I'll say it's crap, and I'll let you guys know. But for now, like I said, the whole doing it process, not that bad. Sanding is probably the worst part, other than being bent over and your back being angry the entire time. But I'm going to say for now, at least, not a bad product at all. I know there are ones that are supposedly better, like I think Hurculiner is one that's supposed to be better. It's also more expensive, and I think you have there's more tedious work to it. I'm going to say for this one, from the research I have done, is kind of the best bang for your buck, also with some simplicity. But also we're going to find out as well with this how it holds up to the sun, because there's no cover on this truck bed. This thing does not get parked inside unless it's getting worked on, which it does get worked on sometimes, a lot, because it's a Chrysler product. But so we'll see how sun fade does, how it holds up to being used. Definitely different climates, because I'm in Iowa, where it's going to be, well, it was 80 yesterday. It snowed, it rained all week with wind, and then snowed last week. So every climate, it's going to be there. So I'm going to quit rambling now. Thanks for watching. Like I said, go ahead and like, subscribe. If you want to see more of this and see how this thing turns out, you can subscribe. And if you don't watch all my videos, you see this one pop up in a year, like, cool, I remember that guy. He's kind of an idiot. But we're going to see how this stuff held up. Also, just take your tailgate off if you do it my way. I'm an idiot, and like I said, this is my work truck. I'm not that concerned about it being pretty back there, but definitely should do that. If I did forget to say, though, I don't think I'd do this in my new truck, just mainly for the sheer fact of taking a sander to brand new paint seems like cringeworthy to me. So I'm not going to do that. But my dog's on the road, so we're going to call it quits there. Thanks for watching for the last time.